Welcome back to Is It Wrong? No, that one. It's Demon Lord Retry, Anime Review, episode number 11. This is episode 5 of Demon Lord Retry R Remind. And this episode itself covers from the Demon Lord Retry R manga, actually more like the main manga, chapters, let's see. This covers from R, chapter 2, 6 to 8, and 10. So, a lot of this episode is focused on Ego. I'll get to Ego in just a minute. Let's first start with Kunai, where we see him is that he's back home for a bit. Where the two adventurers that came with him, they're not here. So then he gets a call that Luna's off to someplace. He contacts Luna to stay out of trouble, and she gets mad. And then next to see him go back to the city, talk to his recruit from the last episode. And, well, actually, first he talks to a bird, who turns out to be her name is Organ. And she wants to hire him to kill an archdemon, who turns out to be her own father. And, of course, work with another ninja. And, well, they go off. And he's on screen for like 5 minutes. Because a lot of this episode focuses on Ego. Luna, we see her, we see briefly martial arts. We see the guy who got healed last season of the show. Martial arts is subordinate. Because he's worried possibly, we got a coup coming. So, he goes out and meets up with Luna. And of course, she admits, I do want to overthrow my siblings, my sisters. And, of course, he takes over security for her. And she goes off, which is where Ego is. Ego, we kind of get what she was up to, because she disappeared in a flashback. Here, apparently, so this is where anybody watching this episode realizes, though, that Naisha Wright, they are complete jerks. Here's what they do. Okay, so this person is not a human, a demi-human, a falcon person, because somehow this is associated with demons, despite the fact this one has nothing to do with demons at all. And because she dared be friends with a holy maiden, they arrest her and try to behead her with a guillotine. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And then we have someone from the church that, don't do that. She's actually sentenced to banishment from the kingdom. And she's like, oh. Of course, she's basically falcon folk because they ripped the back of her shirt. So then you see where she's poor, live with the poor, and of course she has various talents because she doesn't like she's a demi-human. At one point, a couple times, the soldiers, they burn down the village because they think the village chief is lying to them, despite the fact they're actually telling the truth. And then she goes off to their island and this is something I'm like, okay, so they think it's islands for heretics. I'm like, what? These are people living in peace, and you're calling people heretics. And I'm like, yeah, Ego had every right to beat the crap out of you guys because you guys are complete buffoons. And then they capture her, and then they cut off on her wings, and then they bring her to this cross that they can possibly executed. I'm like, wow. It's showing the fact. Oh, Bob, we also have the thing with the Satanists where we have the leader Toby meet with the vampire first season show, where it's like they apparently know each other. At one point, he gets beheaded. Apparently Unity Utopia is immortal. Oh, by the way, his second command his name is, get this, Walking. That was seriously his name. I'm like, wow, some of these, I agree with, and it's kind of pointed out by Kunai, these names are lame. Yeah, they are. At least Luna's not lame. Her name is perfectly fine. Some of these other names are completely Rookie Town, Nation of Right. I'm like, what? Yeah, and of course, basically, like you mentioned about Man Butterfly, it's a good episode, but wow, it shows the fact that the Kingdom of Right are nothing more than big jerks. I would not be surprised these are people based on a zealot, because they're, from what I have heard about people who are Catholic, because it seems like a lot of this is based upon the Catholic denomination of Christianity, but a much more zealot version of it, where because people are not white, or like I think like they also mix elements of like the Ku Klux Klan with like burning down buildings, and all because they're not human or they deem to be heretics. I'm like, how? Like, if Kunai was there, he'd beat the crap out of these guys. Tell them, you're all being jerks. You should basically get your heads examined. Yeah, Demon the Retry showing the fact Nation and Right are nothing more than a bunch of jerks. And it's like, ooh, I can't wait until basically Kunai comes to beat the crap out of this country. Which, who knows? But it's like getting to the episode like, damn, we get so close basically Luna and Ego reuniting, we have to end it right there. I'm like, really bad timing. I'm like, it's like this episode, it's like, okay, I think this episode should have extended by about 5 or 10 minutes. Like, make it 40-minute episode, because basically the show was getting really good, and then we have to cut off at a cliffhanger. I'm like, damn, that's what they like of this episode, is the cliffhanger. Like, oh my gosh, you're so close. Nope, gotta wait until next week with episode 6, Reunion. Yep. But not much time to say of this episode. So next up, basically, is a comic corner. So please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Okay, next video. Bye.